At last they came to a house with the light streaming out of a window. As the donkey was the tallest, he looked in at the window. "What do you see, old donkey?" asked the cock.
"What do I see?"
answered the donkey.
"I see a table set with good things to eat and drink, and some robbers sitting around it enjoying themselves."
"That sounds like the sort of thing we could do with," said the cock.
"Ah, if only we could get at that food,"
said the donkey. Then the four friends talked about how they might frighten away the robbers. At last they worked out a plan. The donkey put his front hooves on the windowsill. The dog jumped on the donkey's back. The cat climbed onto the dog's back, and the cock perched on top of the cat. They did all this without a sound. Then the donkey gave the signal by nodding his head, and they all began to make music together. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat meowed, and the cock crowed at the top of his voice. You never heard such a terrible noise in all your life. At the same time, the four friends burst through the window, breaking all the glass. What a din that made! The frightened robbers jumped up and rushed out into the forest. Then the donkey, the dog, the cat and the cock sat down at the table and ate until they could eat no more. After this splendid meal, they put out the light and settled down to sleep. The donkey lay down on some straw in the yard. The dog settled himself behind the door. The cat stretched out near the fire. And the cock flew up onto a beam near the ceiling. They were so tired after their long walk that soon they were all fast asleep. Meanwhile, the robbers were watching from some distance away. They saw the light go out in the house. By midnight, all was quiet. Then they began to wonder why they had all been so frightened.
"We should not have let ourselves be frightened out of our wits,"
said the leader of the robbers. He then ordered one of the other robbers to go and look at the house. The robber crept up to the house. Not a sound was to be heard, so he went quietly into the kitchen to light a candle. In the dark, he could see the bright eyes of the cat shining. He thought they were coals glowing in the fire, so he pushed his candle towards one of them to light it. The cat did not like having something pushed towards her eye. She jumped up, hissing and spitting, and scratched the robber's face. The robber, frightened out of his wits, rushed to the back door. There he fell over the dog, who jumped up and bit him in the leg. As the man limped across the yard, howling, the donkey gave him a good kick. By this time, the cock had been wakened by all the din. He came flying down from his beam, screeching for all he was worth. The robber was terrified. He limped back to his friends as quickly as he could.
"Whatever happened to you?"
asked the leader of the robbers.
"Oh dear,"
groaned the frightened robber.
"There's a witch in the house. She spat on me and scratched my face with her long claws." and behind the door there stands a man with a knife. He stabbed me in the leg. And in the yard there is a big black monster. He beat me with a wooden stick. And up near the roof there sits a judge. He was shouting, "Bring the robber here to me!" So I ran away as quickly as I could.
After this frightening tale, the robbers never dared to go near the house again. This suited the four friends very well. They settled down happily to live together in the house. And they never did get to Bremen to become the musicians of Bremen.